Greetings, alumni, family, and friends. On behalf of the student body at America's most prestigious high school, James S. Rickards, we welcome you back home. To all our distinguished alumni, the class of 1966, we welcome you. To Clarence Bowen, Ricky Williams, first African American to graduate from Rickards High School, we welcome you. To Laverne Washington, our first African American student government president from the class of 1973, we welcome you. We would also like to welcome Ms. Maggie Lewis Butler, Vice Chair of Leon County Schools, Mr. Marvin Henderson, the Deputy and Superintendent. Mr. Paul Bird, Leon County Schools, and Ms. Marcia Stokes. Again, on behalf of the student body, faculty, and staff, we welcome you to our inaugural Alumni Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Thank you. I'm not sure what names I'm supposed to be reading. All of these? All of these?
No. And another one of our distinguished guests, and the folk that were just introduced are to my center left, Ms. Maggie Lewis and Mr. Henderson, and also Ms. Kathleen Rogers, who is with our Leon County Intervention Services Organization. We didn't want to not give you your due. Okay. Mr. Akbar is leaving us because while he is the king of James S. Rickards High School and the president of the Student Government Association, he's got to go and play some football tonight. And we cannot start our offense unless our center is in position. Yes. It all starts with the center. As I was standing here listening at some of the stories that I was hearing from some of you all, and gosh knows they are exciting. I even know a couple of you all from my time working with you here in Leon County School District. But one of them that caught me quite interesting. There was a young man, and all of you all are young people. When I was 22, if you were 40, then you were old. Now I can, as I say, I can smell 60 from here. So all of you all are very young people. But I met one young man who said that he traveled, and I just want to know who traveled the farthest. And I know that there was a young man that came from Houston, Texas. Now that's 720 miles for the purpose of being at this awesome occasion. And has anybody traveled farther than that? 720 miles? West Virginia. So, and your name, ma'am? Betty. Miss Betty Screws and Mr. Charlie Holcomb. Now, that's commitment to a class when you travel that far. So give me a sense. D.C.? My goodness, Washington, D.C. Anybody from Canada? and you are, sir? Jim Callahan. Mr. Jim Callahan. That's commitment to a class. Gosh, it's so good to have you all here. So we're going to try to move the program along. And now we will hear from our president of the Rickards, the president of the Rickards High School Alumni Association, Ms. Tanya Guinea.
All right, I guess I can make a correction. Interim president, not the president. Okay, if everybody can just stop eating for a minute and stop drinking for a minute and join in with me. First, I am Tanya Morris Guinea. I'm a 1980 proud graduate of Rickards High School. And I want everybody to just follow along with me. I want to start this off kind of different. Try to repeat after me. And no, I'm not a singer, but I kind of can hold a tune. It ain't too bad. Okay, just repeat after me the best way you can. From school to school. From school to school. Rickards High School is the best. Rickards High School is the best. From school to school. From school to school. Rickards High School is the best. Rickards High School is the best. From east to west. From east to west. Rickards High School is the best. Rickards High School is the best. From east to west. From east to west. Rickards High School is the best. Rickards High School is the best. Okay, now I got another one. Now this time, when I say, have you got that spirit, I want you to say yeah or no. We're going to use body parts. So, have you got that spirit? Yeah. Clap with me. Have you got that spirit? Yeah. You want to keep that spirit? Yeah. Well, if you got that spirit, let's see it in your head. I got it, I got it, I got it. I know I got it. Have you got that spirit? Yeah. You want to keep that spirit? I know y'all can get louder than that. Got that spirit? Let's see it in your hand. I know I got it. You got to say, I got it, I got it, I got it. I know I got it. Have you got that spirit? Yeah. You want to keep that spirit? Yeah. Well, if you got that spirit, let's see it in your feet. I got it, I got it, I got it. I know I got it. I got it, I got it, I got it. I know I got it. All right, now. Okay, now, did you hear what you were saying? Rickards High School is the best. Did you hear that? Rickards High School is the best. Okay, in 2007, Rickards High School was 127th out of 1,200 high schools in the nation. 2009, they were 49th in the top 1,000 high schools in the nation. 2010, we went from a D to an A. Yes, and there's probably more, but that's all that I have right now. So now that you have that spirit, that's why we are the best. And to keep that spirit, I need you to sign up for the Rickards High School Alumni Association. The intent of this association is to create a foundation for the school to provide additional resources so that the school can continue to educate, nurture, and develop productive citizens for the future. State and local funding does not provide everything, right, Dr. Henderson and Maggie Lewis? So we need some more resources. Everybody's parent does not have the capabilities or the means to help them through school. I was one of those parents with my girls. I could help my girls through school. But there are a lot of children out there whose parents either can't or don't know how or don't want to. But we need some help helping our children get through school. And the foundation to help Rickards High School help these children is the best way. So, these pens right here that are going around, they're for you as a token of appreciation for being here today. And I have some Alumni Association applications that you can fill out. And we're going to be trying to organize this Alumni Association starting next month. We're going to be nominating officers and getting our foundation together, adopting bylaws and everything. And we could really use your help. Anybody that's local, come up to the school. We have an alumni room back here at the back of the media center. If you're not local, Mr. Cook promised me that he's going to have it on the website, and you can vote for the bylaws and adopt bylaws in that way. This is 2013 technology. There's no way you need to be excluded. So all you got to do is look on the website, fill out those applications, and keep in touch. All right, you got that spirit? Yeah. All right, nice to meet you. Oh, and by the way, I was a cheerleader in high school.
As they say, nobody told me that. But while she was doing those cheers, I said to my group over here, I said, I'll bet you. What year was that you graduated?
1980.
You haven't lost a thing. Okay. We still have a few more honored people to talk to us about things that are very important at this occasion. We're here to really celebrate you because everything has a genesis, a beginning. And those wonderful things that Miss Jenny, just mentioned that this school has accomplished over the years could not have, well, it could not have been in existence at all had it not been for the people who started it all. And it is awesome. I've heard it said once, anybody can imitate, but it's hard to be original. And so you are our originals. And with that in mind, we're going to bring forth two more of our students, Mr. Michael Harrison, who is Mr. Rickards High School, and Miss Ashley Monroe, who is Miss Rickards High School, to talk to us about that history.
Greetings, I'm Michael Harrison, Mr. RHS of 2014. James S. Rickards High School is a public high school in Tallahassee, Florida, and it was established in 1960. The mission of James S. Rickards High School is to produce graduates with skills and competencies to succeed on local, state, national, and international levels, and who are responsible, self-supporting, and productive members of our society. Rickards is notable for its award-winning Mu Alpha Theta and National Junior Classical League teams, as well as its marching band, which is heavily influenced by Florida's A&M University's Marching 100 under the direction of Mr. Quincy Griffin. The members of the Rickards math team have also participated in other national mathematics competitions, such as the American Mathematics competition, state and regional championships 2003 through 2007, second place nationwide 2007, the American Mathematics Examination, the United States of America Mathematical Olympiad, the Princeton University Math Competition, the Harvard MIT Math Tournament, and the American Regents Math League. 3 distinguished members of Rickards Math team have served as the captains of the state math teams. The Rickards math team has also had a history of producing multiple USAMO qualifiers and attendees to prestigious Mathematical Olympiad Summer Program. Most recently, they were the runner-ups at the National Mu Alpha Theta Convention in Washington, D.C.
James S. Rickards High School currently has an above-average marching band known for their unique high-style or 90-degree marching. It currently has over 100 members, including auxiliary. Under the direction of Mr. Quincy Griffin, former member of Florida A&M University Marching 100. The band has reached new heights. The band's selection of music varies from popular tunes on the radio to classic marching band tunes like SOS and stands like a tribute to Bob Marley and Backstabbers. The tuba section is an FBA all-district band section. They perform at the Orange Bowl in Miami and received 13 trophies and 3 plaques, winning all first place awards in the AA division. Due to those awards, they performed during the pre-game events at the Orange Bowl. The James S. Rickards Symphonic Band has also earned a superior rating at district level FBA evaluation. The band appearance as Camo in the movie Recount, an HBO movie. They performed in Washington, D.C. for the National Independence Parade in 2009. Recently, the marching band was invited to perform in the Florida Classics Battle of the Bands. Rickards also provides numerous sports, activities, and other clubs for student enrichment. Rickards alumni have received millions of dollars in scholarships and awards. Many have become prominent and productive members of society in politics, athletics, entertainment, business, religion, and other facets of society. Finally, ensured the implementation of Rickards' vision to provide students with caring, supportive, learning environment that allows to reach their maximum potential through quality programs, instructions, and experience. Our Principal Doug Cook, Assistant Principal for Student Affairs Deborah Barnes, Assistant Principal for Discipline Rusty Edwards, Assistant Principal for Curriculum Vivian Cooley, Assistant Principal for Attendance Zach Ansley, and the IB Coordinator is Dr. Joe Williams. Thank you, and we hope you all enjoy your experience here at James S. Rickards High School.
Now, I didn't hear something in that history. I heard about all of the wonderful academic accolades and the fact that Rickards has enjoyed a story past in sports. Many of you may not know that Rickards High School has won, I think, 4 state boys basketball. Mr. Hankerson, is it 4? 4 state boys basketball championships, and two of them were back to back. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's
and
correct.
The young ladies have gone to state championships for the past 4 years.
In a row?
In a row.
4 years in a row. So you have something, when you go back home, you've got some bragging rights about your old school. You see those roots that you sowed? They're finally coming home to roots. Now, with that being said, of course, that is not all of the history that this illustrious university, that this illustrious high school has generated over the years, but we don't have all day to talk about all of it. But we do have time to hear from one who is now at the helm, and one who I'm proud to say is my principal, Mr. Doug Cook.
Thank you, class of 1966, Mr. Williams, Mr. Washington, for being here today. Dr. Henderson, Dr. Rogers, Ms. Lewis Butler, thank you for being here, and all honored guests, thank you for coming today. Just want to say just a little in reference to the pens that you received. Those are alumni pens just to thank you as an alumni. We don't want anything in return for those pens. I just want to state that as the principal of the school. We brought you here today to honor you and thank you for the traditions that you've established here. So once again, thanks for coming, and we really appreciate you guys being here today. I'm gonna go ahead and put my glasses on because I'm starting to age just a little also. But y'all are aging very well. I would also like to thank my administration team, Dr. Connie Hicks Evans, Ms. Jackie Henderson, our students. Today, we're in uncharted waters in reference to what we're trying to accomplish. We have our students participating, our SGA group participating, Ms. Ingram, our sponsor, and we're trying to do something totally different. The students are serving you. We're trying to honor you today, and so we're probably going to make a few mistakes, but we hope the thought is what counts, and we hope that you love that we're honoring you today, because we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come back to James S. Rickards High School. So I want to thank you because I really, really appreciate it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each of you for attending our alumni luncheon today, as we honor and recognize the graduating class of James S. Rickards High School, the class of 1966. The first African-American student to graduate and the first African-American student government president. The class of 1966 laid the groundwork, formed a solid foundation, and left a strong legacy for the 46 graduating classes that have followed. A good friend of mine was telling me the other day that sometimes we need to have faith to look over the horizon. And that is exactly what the class of 1966 did. The 4 years they were at James S. Rickards High School. But I want to correct myself. They were here from 7th grade through 12th grade. So I wanted to make that correction, and thank you for your time at James S. Rickards High School. Thank you for having the vision and fortitude to blaze a trail that no other had traveled. The class of 1966 paved the way as you set the tone for many firsts: prom, graduation, newly formed athletic teams and clubs, the first Miss RHS, and senior class officers. A big thank you goes out to Mrs. Dorothy Bradford for her amazing work in composing and arranging the Rickards alma mater, which is still sung at every football game, pep rally, and graduation ceremony. We need to get up and give Ms. Bradford a standing ovation at this time. Thank you. And you may continue eating, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Rick Williams was the first African American to graduate from Rickards High School. After graduating from college, Mr. Williams devoted 40 years as a math teacher and administrator with Leon County Schools. On a personal note, Mr. Williams has served as a gracious mentor and role model to me throughout the years. Mr. Williams, we appreciate your capable leadership and thank you for sharing your talents with Leon County Schools. Mr. Laverne Washington served as the first African American student government president. Mr. Washington is a 1973 graduate. Mr. Washington received his bachelor's degree in political science and public administration at Florida A&M University in 1977. Mr. Washington has been employed at Florida A&M University. I remember during my time seeing Mr. Washington on campus, and he was always nice and an outstanding person. Mr. Washington is also a Blue and Gold Booster member. Mr. Washington, we salute you today also. Mr. Washington. Inductees, you help establish standards and traditions that have survived for 47 years, and we will continue to endure through decades to come. 47 years. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would like to paint a picture for you about James S. Rickards High School today. While the students of 2013 might look a little different, given today's fashion trends, than those of the class of 1966. And even though those students of today live in a technology-driven world that looks light years apart from 1966, I know that the dreams and hopes of students, whether it's 1966 or 2013, are the same, and that is what truly matters. Parents of students of 1966 and those of 2013 have sent their children to James S. Rickards High School each day with the same goal in mind, that they will receive a great education and become a productive citizen and contributor to society through their careers and civic participation. Rickards has a very diverse student population, and our current enrollment is 1,260 students. Over 50 countries are represented by the students at Rickards High School. We have a very talented and dedicated staff whose daily goal is providing a top-notch learning environment for our students each day. The Army JROTC program continues to thrive at Rickards. The school has a strong international baccalaureate program and with over 300 students participating in the program. And recently, we have added a health academy and an engineering academy, which gives our students a wide range of academic pathways for success. As well as we have over 60% of our teachers with master's degrees at James S. Rickards High School. Not only do our students achieve high academically, they excel in athletics and extracurricular activities. Our boys basketball team holds the distinction of being a 4-time state champion. Our Mu Alpha Theta team is ranked in the top 5 in the entire United States. And our award-winning band. As you can see, wonderful things are happening at James S. Rickards High School every day. But those wonderful things that are happening could not be possible without the perseverance and the hard work of the class of 1966, Mr. Williams and Mr. Washington. Thank you to each of you for being trailblazers and visionaries. And we all at RHS owe each of you a debt of gratitude and are so proud to honor you today. I would like for my staff and students to please stand and give the class of 1966, Mr. Rick Williams and Mr. Laverne Washington, a standing ovation at this time. You guys are welcome always at James S. Rickards High School, and we definitely love everything that you accomplish and your traditions that you established from that point. Now I'll turn it back over to our MC, Mr. Ansley.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Thank you.
You see, you all started something. And now that you've started it, rest assured that the district found it in their good graces to make sure that it continued. And again, thank you to those members of our Leon County School District and our school board who have helped Rickards High School to continue to prosper in these most challenging times. Now, where are we? The recognition and induction of the 2013 honorees. I'll tell you what, Mr. Cook's going to do that, but since I see that you all have that nice chicken in front of you and you all have such good manners, you know, I noticed that while the chicken was placed on you, you just sat there. You said you're going to watch and listen to this speech. So we're going to give you time to digest and eat your delicious meal. Please enjoy.
Is going to hang in the gymnasium at this time, Mr. Williams and Mr. Washington, as the first African-American graduate and SGA president. This plaque, you will receive a copy in the near future. This plaque will hang in the gymnasium and you will receive a personal copy of this plaque in honor of your induction into the James S. Rickards High School Hall of Fame. And so I would like for y'all to come forward at this time. You guys come up and then hold this up from this point. Please come forward. Thank you guys. Can we get a photograph of that, of these gentlemen holding? Place these here, and then you guys can come up at the end and you can take photographs with this. And if y'all want to go with us at the end of the program, we're going to go to the gym and we would like to show you guys all that would like to accompany us where these items will hang. So if you come back to James S., you know exactly, send your grandkids back, your kids, etc. You guys will be immortalized as of the table. President Corley, the microphone is yours.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Cook. I know he has put a lot of work in this. And how's that? Coming through? Okay.
The key is that this mic here, it's got to be hitting there. If you just hold it here, you'll be perfect and just talk.
How's that? I'm slow.
I don't do very well doing faculty meetings using that either, so no, you're great.
Well, maybe we can get you one year. Class will pitch in.
That's up to you guys.
But I did want to thank Mr. Cook. I know he's put a lot of work in this. Gloria Murphy, I know that she did. Mary Faye Watson, she did. I would like to say something, and it may not be when when we were here, we were the Rickards Redskins. And in our hearts, we will always be Redskins. But we have a Raider Nation now. We're behind them 100% in everything that they do. I thought about this an awful lot, and to me, it made no difference if we were Redskins, Raiders. It made no difference because we are Rickards High School. Excuse me. And we always will be. Sorry, my throat's dry. Our class was a very unique class. From the 7th grade, we were seniors. We had no one to look up to give us guidance. And evidently, we did pretty good because I have seen, you know, and this has already been said, but the class of in 2009, out of 1,000 high schools, the top in the nation. When you can come in the top 5%, you've really done something. All the students, faculty, and I hope all of Tallahassee is very proud of that. Now, I can't get away from here without talking just a little bit of football. I'm sorry, but I got to do it. I think that all I would have to say would be 43-42, and I think everybody would know what I'm talking about. I hope. 3 overtimes and 23 years to do it. But we beat Lincoln. And I hope we do it every year from now on. There's, I mean, it wasn't just a football team. We had a great coaching staff. And some of them are here today. Coach Gaskins and Coach Keel. Would y'all please stand up? If it hadn't been for them, I don't know what kind of team we had, but they were great leaders, great coaches. We went 8-2 that year, the first senior class, played in the Charity Bowl, and beat the Bluntstown Tigers 30-something to 6, I believe. So we had a very good football team, and it was because of our coaches, and we thank you. Some of these other people have already been brought up to you, but I'm doing it again. Miss Tillman, if it wasn't for you, we probably would have never had an annual. And that's the truth. All the hours that you put in over what you had to for us. How many of you ever watch NCIS Los Angeles? Well, then you know Heidi. And then you know Miss Tillman. Miss Tillman could be, boy, she could be tough, but you could look her in the face while she was fussing at you and say, I still love you. And that's the truth. Well, you've already introduced the other people I've seen, but I would like to introduce somebody that's very important in my life. She didn't graduate in 1966. She graduated from here in 1969. She's my wife, Rhonda Elizabeth. So I kept it in the school. And I didn't marry one from 66. I married a young one in 69. So thank all of you so much and the honor you have given us. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's give our president another hand, please. started in July. I got here in July. And Mrs. Cook started in July, talking about this commemoration and this celebration of honoring people that this school had forgotten about for 40 years? 45 years. 47 years. And when he started talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this. You could feel the passion that he had for bringing you all back to this school. And he kept talking about tradition and history and commemorating. And he said it so many times that doggone it, I started believing it too. And I am so glad that he did. This is a wonderful occasion for us. I hope that you're enjoying it. But for us, this is awesome. And when I said that I want you to tell us your stories, I really meant that. The history that we have is just beginning. And it will expand from this Hall of Fame celebration to the next one and the next one and the next one. But we're counting on you all to help us to continue this story. This is not the ending, this is just the beginning, and we couldn't have began it if we hadn't had the people who began this school. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that there is one other thing that we have to do, and that is some singing.
That is correct. DJ is waiting, and DJ is going to lead us and lead the class of 1966, Mr. Williams, the class of 1967, Mr. Washington, the class of 1973, and all guests with the singing of our alma mater. All right, Mr. DJ.
And of course, that alma mater is the brainstorm of again. Mrs. Bradford.
Oh, I don't know if I give you the right pitch or not. And if I don't, just say the words to this alma mater. I'm proud of it. I'm proud they kept it. I didn't know it. Somebody told me, well, Miss Dot, they sing it at every football game. I said, oh my goodness. I thought the thing was just lost. I didn't. You know, when I did this, the very night, the last class, they said somebody told me we don't have an alma mater. And so I said, well, I'll write you one. Well, I did write one, and then they had the student body vote on it, or one of the college songs, and they chose my song, which I was very proud of. And they've been singing it ever since. I just hope I can do it, can lead you to sing it now. Oh, let's see. No, that's not right. That's better. We raise our voice and sing the praise of Jesus Rickards High, our friends and happy memories will live as years go by. To you who have done set our standards high. May you be ever glorious.